Hello, my name is Dylan, and I'd like to talk to you about gun control. But first, who has ever shot or held a gun? I have, and it's one of the things I enjoy doing most in my free time. So I say we add more steps to the buying process instead of abolishing it and banning particular items. And I will explain why in better detail later on in my speech. Yes, I do believe we need stricter gun laws and deeper background searches, but 99% of gun owners are just your average everyday people using that gun for protection, not harm. How many people have a younger sibling? I ask this as a comparison to punishing all gun owners for the acts of a few, although those few do terrible things with firearms. Firearms are just a tool, but bad people will always find the things they need, and gun control will only be abided by law-abiding citizens, not those we're trying to stop. You would just be disarming those you should arm. Why people buy a gun or guns in the first place? First reason, and most common, is for protection. Either it makes them feel safer, or they come across certain things, or may come across. Let's say you're walking down the street and someone comes at you. Either you can walk away, but that doesn't help if they're motivated and follow you. Second option, you give them what they want, but they don't leave you alone. Then what do you do at this point? You have no self-defense knowledge or any means to do so. You could get help or call the cops, but they don't show up till after the crime. That's why a gun would be of great value. You don't have to use a gun. There's pepper spray, mace, and self-defense classes like Hapkido and Aikido. Like my mom, she has no desire to shoot someone with a gun, but will with mace. Why we should have mental health screenings and deeper background checks is to keep firearms out of the wrong hands, like criminals and people who are unstable mentally and can't use a firearm for the right reasons. For example, the Sandy Hook shootings. He didn't buy a gun, but he got them from his mother's gun rack. Perhaps we should do annual or semi-annual gun safety checks. Here are some statistics. More people die from medical malpractice than are killed by firearms each year. No one tries to ban doctors. Why? Because the good they do outweighs the bad significantly. 8,340 violent crimes are committed with some type of firearm each year, but 75% of those violent crimes used with firearms are mainly pistols. Firearms prevent anywhere from 800,000 to a little over 2 million violent crimes. That means more than 100 times violent crimes were prevented than the total murders committed with them. In conclusion, people who are against guns see the destruction power of a gun, but someone who knows and respects the power of a gun won't use it lightly. But my opinion is my own, and I hope I've said something you can agree with and get you thinking of where you stand with this topic. Thank you.